I'm ready, to be who I am out there on the floor. I'm a natural born leader. So every time I step out on the floor, I'm trying to lead offensively, defensively. That's just always who I am.
Scottie Barnes sucks at basketball. Scottie Barnes sucks rabbit horse. So Scottie Barnes is now on top of being autistic. These are just some of the hateful comments Scottie Barnes gets daily, and I don't understand why. I guess in today's basketball world, casual NBA fans just base being good or bad on the amount of points you put up. Well, look at a player like Jalen Green. The guy can average 20 points per game, but he's not impactful whatsoever. And I can assure you, this is probably one of the worst ways to actually analyze a player, by just looking at how many points they put up and they're just shell stats like points, rebounds, assists. But what if I tell you there is a better way of actually understanding how good Scottie Barnes is? We'll do this by understanding if he's impactful or unimpactful by looking at his in-depth stats, breaking down some film on his decision making, and comparing him to a superstar player that fits Scottie's mold. So stick till the end for that comparison. The word hate, feeling intense or passionate dislike for someone. So how in the world could a joyful, collaborative, and uplifting guy like Scottie be in the hot seat when it comes to hate? Well, it all started after his rookie season, when not too many scouts and fans expected him to score and looked at Scottie Barnes as a player that needed multiple years in the league to develop. And well, scouts were wrong, and Scottie went out there in his rookie year shocking everyone who said he couldn't score and averaged 15.3 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists behind players like Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr. He was practically the third option, and he was putting up these numbers. And now when we look at his second year stats, everybody just starts hating. They're like, oh my god, Scottie Barnes didn't improve. Oh, Scottie Barnes is a bust, blah blah blah. I've heard this so many times, but when we look at his stats, he averaged nearly the same stats and he improved on his playmaking. And so many people expected him to have a crazy jump in his second year, and when that didn't happen, people started to hate. Even when we look at hate away from the basketball court, people usually do it because they know that you're capable of more. But going to the point of saying these crazy comments on Twitter is just ethically wrong. People are forgetting that even the best of the best players needed 3 seasons to make an insane leap. Take Tatum's second year for example. He averaged 15.7 points, 6 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game, which was a bit similar to Scottie's second year. But in Tatum's third year, everything changed as he took a year 3 jump, averaging 23.4 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists per game, and improved his shot selection, which is more important than looking at any of these stats in the first place. Even some other players like Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Draymond, Kyle Lowry, CJ McCollum all blossomed in their third years. Now let's take our eyes off basing Scottie's improvement on points, rebounds, and assists, and instead let's take a deep dive into whether or not Scottie is impactful or unimpactful during games. When I watch Scottie Barnes play and he's playing in that small forward position, I really don't think he can be as impactful as he really can be. And when he's playing in that point guard position, his playmaking is very unique when it comes to anyone else in the league. So this basically turns him into one of the most unguardable players in the league when he's playing point guard, and let me show you why. With Scottie's 6'9" frame, it's very easy to do these deceiving handoffs with Fred VanVleet, but in reality, he can just go right back into shifting as a point guard, and instead he sees a cutting OG Anunoby for a layup and a bucket. Scottie's also very good at finding open patches in the paint to either attack at the rim or kick it out for a corner 3-pointer, and on this play, Scottie Barnes lulls his defender to sleep, and he sees that he has a wide open patch in the paint, so he attacks the paint to drag 3 defenders on him, and then he kicks the ball out for a wide open OG Anunoby 3-pointer. Scottie also has one of the best IQs in the league when it comes to passing the ball in transition, and he rarely rushes his passes. On this play, when Fred VanVleet gets the steal, Scottie Barnes doesn't sprint in transition, rather he slows down so Pascal could get in front of him so he could have a wide open dunk. And if Scottie Barnes sprinted at the start, he would have clogged the paint and it wouldn't have caused a wide open dunk for Siakam. And once again, even on this play, when Scottie grabs a rebound and is going down in transition, he sees that Gary Trent Jr. is wide open, but Tobias Harris is right there. So Scottie continues to dribble forward until Tobias Harris commits to him, so then he can pass to Gary for a wide open layup. So now with Fred VanVleet out of the Raptors roster, it gives Scottie Barnes a lot more room to operate in the point guard position, and as you guys saw by these highlights, it looked like Scottie was much more comfortable playing the point guard position, and even his playmaking stats say that as well, as he's one of the best in the league in terms of potential to become a great playmaker. This chart is a very good example of this. As you guys see, Scottie Barnes has a lot of his numbers in the 90 percentile, and the three of them that really stand out is his passing creation quality, passing versatility, and playmaking talent. So this brings me on to the third point of the video, and this is where I compare Scottie Barnes to a superstar player in the league, and this is Giannis Antetokounmpo. First, I'll start off by looking at these two charts once again and comparing both of their playmaking. So as you guys can see over here, passing versatility for Scottie Barnes and Giannis Antetokounmpo are way different. So basically, Giannis doesn't have that much of a repertoire compared to Scottie Barnes when it comes to passing, but when it comes to their pass creation quality, they have very similar numbers that compare, and even their playmaking talent is very similar. So I think that Scottie Barnes has a long way to go in playmaking. As you guys can see, Giannis, most of his stats are in the 90th percentile, so Scottie still has a lot more years here to improve in his other aspects of playmaking. And when we move on to comparing Scottie Barnes and Giannis Antetokounmpo on the offensive side of the game, they are more similar on this side than I think they are in playmaking. Scottie is very good at running the ball down in transition, doing a lot of Euro steps, and so is Giannis Antetokounmpo. So let me break down some film on this and show you exactly what I mean. On this play, Scottie Barnes gets the ball on the right hand side, and he sees Harrison Barnes coming at him, and since most of Harrison Barnes' energy is shifted on his left leg, Scottie Barnes goes the opposite way and does a Euro step for a wide open layup. And similarly on this play, Giannis is taking the ball down in transition, and when he attacks Jabari Smith Jr., he sees that his right leg is where all the energy is shifted to. So what he does is that he attacks the opposite foot, so Jabari Smith Jr. has no way to turn back, and Giannis gets a wide open dunk. So far over here, we could see that both Scottie and Giannis Antetokounmpo are very good at attacking the top foot and knowing when to do a Euro step. Both players are also very good at finding the empty spots in the paint to just drive at a rim to do an emphatic dunk. And a good example of this is on this play when Giannis sees a wide open patch of paint right there, so he knows what he's going to do. He's going to drive right at the rim and get a wide open dunk. And even on this play, Scottie Barnes sees the same exact thing. When he gets a pass from Pascal Siakam, the defense shifts to the right, so it gives him a wide open lane in the paint for a crazy dunk. But one thing that both Scottie and Giannis don't really have right now is a three-point shot. If both players can develop this, they're going to be so lethal to the point that it's impossible to guard them. It's already impossible to guard Giannis Antetokounmpo, but just imagine when Scottie gets his three-point shot down, his playmaking is going to be a lot easier, and most importantly, he's going to have much more room in the paint to drive and dunk because people are going to be playing him much higher. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys think that Scottie Barnes can take that year 3 jump, or will he just mellow down and just continue to be that solid 16 points per game, 7 rebounds type player? And before you guys leave, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button and that subscribe button. We're so close to 10,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. And if you want to watch some more breakdowns and videos, make sure you click on one of these videos. You like it, trust me.